What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Real Fitness. Today, we got the man, we got the OG, Bozzy, as a special guest. Bozzy, you've been a member of Real Fitness for over 6 years, right?
Yeah, April 1st, 2019.
All
I don't even
right, look at
remember the
that, and
date.
and a proud member of Team Bald at that. No,
Hey,
no shade to Lucho, but they do say men with more testosterone lose their hair. So
but
hey,
Oh,
your first day was April Fool's Day?
yeah, it
That's
was.
wow, April Fool's Day.
That's
you didn't
great.
know? Well, you didn't walk into the gym as a joke, did you? It was no way.
Actually, that was the day that I got the first appointment with Lucho. Like, not a
Wait, you
class,
did?
like, yeah.
Oh, we did an assessment.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were.
Okay.
And
Wow.
that's actually a good thing to start it off with is what first brought you into real fitness.
Um, Actually, it was just like maybe second week after we moved to Playa del Rey, and I was walking around and I saw like the place and just walked in and I asked questions. I talked to Lucho and he gave me the appointment April 1st, and I showed up. So
Nice. Where'd you? Is that when you'd move from? Was it like Boston or something?
no, I was in West Hollywood before.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then because I know you've lived all over, right? Like
I moved to LA from Boston, but lived in West Hollywood for a while and then came to play there.
okay. Before real fitness, what were your workouts? Like
Uh,
when you moved from West Hollywood, what were you doing up in West Hollywood to work out?
so actually, after a long doing nothing, I started in West Hollywood at the Crunch, and I was working with a guy that I got along with. But I'm horrible to do anything by myself, so I have to have somebody. And one to one is not that much fun. And I saw when I was walking by that you guys were having like the class style workouts, and it's really like I really like that idea,
Hmm.
and that's how I walked in. Yeah.
Was
Was
that
that
your
your
first
first time
time?
doing? We're gonna ask the same question. Was that your
Go
first
ahead.
time doing a group class workout?
Yes, in terms of gym, yes. I mean, I did so many like team sports in my youth. So we were working out together, of course, with teams. And then when I just like didn't have any time anymore after I aged and everything, and just like I simply couldn't do it by myself. I cheated all the time. I don't like it. It's boring. And I always looked for the team environment. And that's how I just like was really like intrigued by it. And I saw like you guys just like from the window that people working together. And I was like, oh, that might work for me. So
Nice, nice. I remember. I know. I've talked to you a few times about. You told me you did rowing in college, right?
I
And
did rowing in college, not by choice. I was just like selected to do rowing. I mean, I was more of a like a soccer guy, and I
I was
was
gonna
a,
say, yeah, if you don't mind, just kind of give us a brief history, like a timeline of your sports career, because I know you've done a decent amount.
so if you are born in Turkey, when you start walking, you start kicking the ball. Like soccer is the religion there. You have no choice. You're gonna be in the culture. And that was my first thing, of course. And then in junior high, I was in the Olympic style handball team, and that's how I started to be a goalie. But I always wanted to be like in soccer. And when junior high done with the high school, I just like wanted to be this soccer team goalie, and that's how it started. And also in college, I did that same thing. But again, in Turkish standards, I'm tall, so sometimes people are just like rowing team coach. Really, were just like, oh, you should be in the rowing team as well. And it was hard to say no, so I went to the rowing team as well. So yeah,
Wow. Always team. So you got used to being around a team activity and being working together with people.
yeah. I mean, I like to compete with teams. I don't like compete against people, but I like to compete with a lot of people for the same like a goal. I don't know.
Right. What
I
do you get
so
out of that? What do you get out of that sensation of feeling working with people? Is it because the collaboration, working together? Is that something that makes you feel like productive? It makes you feel like this is the way I feel right about. being productive?
I mean, when everybody is in the same room trying to do the same ring and achieving the same thing, I think it's just like, it's infectious. Like, you cannot be the laziest person in the room. You don't want to be the show off person in the room. You just want to be like even with everybody. And if you have like good teammates and you are having fun, that's the most important point, I guess. Just like whenever I am at Real Fitness, I'm having fun. And sometimes when I'm feeling incredibly tired, because my work is also like really physical, and I wake up at 6 a.m., I was like, not today. But when I'm feeling like down or bad, I was just like, oh, if I go there right now, somebody's gonna crack a joke. Like Vivian is gonna make fun of me and stuff. So it's just like it's fun. Like, and after that hour, like I feel much better to start my day.
Which
Mhm.
Huh.
Which Viviano?
Both actually.
True.
Think,
So
think-
so yeah, that's a question that I had for you was sort of like how does your fitness world influence or play into your professional world? Like you said, your physical. Now, were you've always been doing you've been doing this ever since you've been in LA? Your profession.
Yeah, it's just like that was the only first profession I ever had, like performing art on stage
Yeah.
or business. And I'm getting a little bit just like older right now, so like the physical part is a little bit just like less. But even when I'm a production manager, so actually I'm okay not to do the physical stuff and just manage, especially when I get much older. Probably that's gonna
Right.
happen there. But I like to be hands-on, and that's how I like to motivate the team. I don't want to be the guy who's just like shouting around and telling people what to do. I just want to be involved. And most of the time, jumping into something and doing it is much faster than telling people how to do that also.
Yes. Right. Yes.
But mostly nights, of course, like concerts and shows are nights. So sometimes I'm coming back at home in like midnight, 1 a.m. after a loadout. And when it's just like a loadout of 2 trucks or 3 trucks, you get tired. And when you wake up, like you feel that physical tiredness. But I learned my lesson, especially at Real Fitness during COVID times, when you guys were doing this online thing. We just realized with Teresa at home, oh, it's not for our physical fitness, about mental fitness too. Just like I really cannot thank you guys enough what you guys did during COVID. It was so incredibly useful for this household, at least for our mental. Like everybody was all over the place. We could keep track. We knew that we had to wake up early, get ready, 10 a.m. class, have some time, some stuff talk about. We saw faces that we couldn't see otherwise, and it just really kept that thing that our lives in track, and I really liked it. And right now, it's getting more and more like mental part of it is getting like even more important for me. Whenever I don't go to class, sometimes just like my schedule is not allowing, like I'm just being away for a week, and I feel that I'm being grumpier.
Oh wow. No kidding.
Yeah, it's just like it's so interesting. Like I never knew it. I just learned it here. Like I'm feeling grumpier, like little bit just like uh distasteful. But going there and just like sweating for an hour and seeing people that they're not in my work environment for a change, like for an hour, and just like talking about other things that I talking to people like 18 hours a day, just like it's really good for me.
Oh.
What's so man, because you soccer crew. When did you first start playing soccer? Well, you said when you first started walking. So from like a young age, so you've been working out probably ever since you can remember, right?
Yeah, I was just like I always had a soccer ball at home. Like everybody has always a soccer ball at home in their.
Yeah. How would you say like through the different time periods how your workouts have changed?
I mean, of course, when you're playing soccer on the streets, there's no workout. You go and play and come back. It's just like you work till you die. That's
Yeah.
what it is. And but there's like the off-field training started to be a part of me's probably physical education classes in my junior high and high school. My junior high and high school was just like one complete school, so I didn't change schools. And it was a German school in Istanbul, and they were really keen about creating teams and training those. Like we had like a volleyball team, soccer team, basketball team, like handball team, like everything was just like really constructed. And during the winter times, we couldn't go out and play, like, and we had to be like in the room and doing drills and other stuff. That's how I learned. Oh, like actually, that is a planned version of training that helps you to perform better on the field, but not directly involved with what you are doing. Like there were like
Were you doing like strength training?
yeah, strength training. Like we had like weird stuff there. I was thinking because you just like mentioned me that you might ask that question. I was like, I remember like pommel horses and a lot of tumbling and stuff. Like very gymnastic, tangential stuff. Little bit like uh, weight training, but not that much. We were not bench pressing and stuff, but mostly like sprinting and mobility training. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What has been when you first started to where you are now? What was the most challenging um, movement or workout from Real Fitness that you overcame? That now it's like one of your dominant movements that you overcome. That boom, I own it.
That's a hard question because there are some movements I still hate a lot. But but this is like the simplest thing. I mentioned it to Michael first. Like I never knew. Maybe I didn't need it. I never learned how to jump rope in my life before. And when I started at Real Fitness, I was doing the side swinging thing. And then I thought just like, oh wait a minute, like after you feel much better in a gym, you start not to be ashamed anymore. It's weird. That was like a breaking point for me in Real Fitness. Oh, actually, I can try to do things and fail, and it's okay. It's a safe place there. So then I started to fool around with the jump rope. Now, just like I'm still not good at it, but I can jump rope, which it's like the simplest, weirdest thing. But that thing started in Real Fitness.
So jump rope
Wow.
was never a part of like PE or anything in
No,
Turkey.
and like I thought about it. I don't know why. Just like I never learned it. Like, yeah,
Oh, it's incredible. It's simple, but yeah,
yeah.
it's challenging when you've never done it. Wow. Would you have a favorite class that you like to go to at the gym?
Actually, my favorite part is like things being different and people are being different, and I really, really like that idea. Like, I know that there are Mondays are similar, Tuesdays are similar, and stuff to each other, but they're never the same from Tuesday to Tuesday, or they're completely different from Monday and Tuesday. And I really like it. And my surprise that I enjoy boxing training because I never tried it before in my life. I don't like sports that people's aim is to hurt each other, kind of a thing. You know, like I am a person that thinks that boxing shouldn't be an Olympic sport at all and stuff. Like I know that's weird, but the training part, when I first talked to Michael would just say, I know, like we are just training like a boxer, but we are not boxing. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
I mean, when have you ever seen a boxer that's like out of shape? Or I mean,
yeah,
there was Butterbean. There's like probably the most out of shape boxer I think I can think of, but he was a destroyer. He was just knew how to. But you know, it's like when do you ever see a boxer that isn't just chiseled and built and athletic? You know.
Yeah,
no, exactly.
Tony.
And it's just like I'm really enjoying it right now. And it is one of the most fun classes, I guess, boxing. We are having great fun there. Like whenever I'm missing a Friday, I was like, oh, damn it. It should be fun. Like I'm just missing it. Like,
Yeah, we have a good crew there.
yeah,
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 we have fun. We like to laugh and
yeah,
punch at the
yeah,
same
yeah.
Mike
time.
Tony Mike Tony Tubbs. He fought Mike Tyson. He was an out of shape boxer, but he got knocked out real soon from Mike Tyson. I
He
remember
went and
watching that fight.
he fought. I can't remember that one.
That was in the
I can't.
'80s. Tony
Oh,
Tubbs.
sure. Tony Tubbs.
Yeah,
Yeah. Tyson fought a bunch of chumps before he,
yeah.
climbed up in the
Fought-
ranks. And
yeah, he
I,
fought
I
Butterbean. Yeah,
he, did he fight Butterbean?
yeah.
Oh, I got to look at this. It's got to be
It
on
was like when
YouTube.
he came back, he fought Butter. That's how I knew who Butterbean was because Tyson fought him. I remember that. Yeah,
I have not. Did he destroy Butterbean?
yeah,
I would
yeah,
imagine he would.
yeah.
yeah,
So,
But
man.
so
I also watch boxing different right now, so I know more stuff. I know what to pay attention to, so it is different for me.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
when you learn boxing and you watch boxing, it slows down. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, I see leading with the
Yeah.
jab. I see a 3 punch combo. He's using his angle. Yeah.
You know, when
I'm,
I left the gym, I never knew that Bozzy got into. I knew he never took boxing. This is the first time I'm hearing you're taking boxing. Very good. What were you
so
gonna say, Mike?
I got a question for you. Do you and you may not, but do you have any kind of like nutrition or dietary regimen that you go with, or any like golden rules, or do you just like you eat what you want to eat, drink what you want to drink, and leave it be?
I mean, I always say actually, I'm going to the gym so I can eat whatever I can. That's the other way. But like, actually, I had after in New York, when I was in New York, I was playing like capoeira Angola. That was a good training for me, and I got all my body got old for capoeira, and I couldn't do it anymore. I moved to Boston and stuff, and I literally did nothing for a big chunk of time. And when I moved to Los Angeles, I started to put weight on because I started to drive. I never drove in Boston or New York. I was walking a lot, and my job is just like physical. And that's how actually I tried a few uh, diet diets and stuff. Like I tried for a long time no grain or no sugar and stuff. And in the end, I was just like, you know what? That's incredibly boring. I better go to gym and work out, but still drink and eat whatever I want. In a weird way, actually, uh, I I am heavier since I started real fitness, but I feel much lighter.
You're
You're
fit.
heavier, you weigh more,
Yeah,
but you feel like you're lighter on your feet.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How's your waistline? Is your waistline still the same way, the same waistline, or is it
Oh
bigger?
no, it's just like my belly is not completely gone, but it is. I'm happy with it. I'm happy how it looks, but like I can feel like when you. I mean, I'm 53. When you just like accidentally look at the mirror, I was like, oh, who's that guy? Like old guy looking at me, and I feel my body is aging, but I'm trying to do my best so I can keep up. Like I want to stay physical like till very late in my life, and that's a great way to that. The gym just like taught me that it is possible. I can do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, Bozzy, there's one thing I do remember that I haven't seen in a while, but I remember that you were a connoisseur when it comes to spirits.
Yeah.
Are you
I mean,
still
yeah. I
doing
mean, I
that?
really enjoy it. And after I moved to here, Los Angeles, like South, like SoCal, and I also like really into wine and stuff. I enjoy it. It's not like early days. I mean, I
So
cannot talk.
how do you balance that now with your fitness lifestyle? Because now that's part of your lifestyle. How do you manage that? How do you balance it where you can still enjoy that, but it doesn't get carried away? And I'm still in control of my balance with fitness and my I guess is that a hobby?
It was a hobby, yeah. I
Yeah.
never made money out of it. So, but to be honest, like compared to 10 years ago, I'm not sure if it is because of the gym life or because I'm aging. My alcohol consumption is almost just like 1/4 of what it was.
Wow, that's
Okay.
big.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's
big. Yeah.
just, I like it, but I think I'm choosing more when it is enjoyable instead of just drinking.
Is that because you're more conscious about your health?
It wasn't a conscious decision. It just evolved like that. Maybe it is, maybe not. I don't know, but I'm happy where I am right now. So
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
do you remember a time where you were just like, I just don't want to drink right now, or
it might be. I thought about it. It might be related when I switched from afternoon classes to morning classes. I used to be a 6:30 guy, when I started with Real Fitness, maybe like a year or two, not before. Well, like way before COVID. But then I switched to mornings, and I was like, there's no way I can do 6, maybe 7. So I started with 7 classes because I wanted to have, after a hard working day, a little bit relaxation, not gym. Anything else but gym.
right?
So when 7 a.m. classes started to be a part of my life and I enjoyed it, I wanted to wake up every morning at 6 a.m., which means you have to sleep at, by 11 latest.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason. Maybe my nights got a little shorter. I'm not going out that much anymore. And I'm like, maybe this is also related with my age. So, but like something evolved correctly in my life, and I really like it. So,
What would you advise somebody that's starting out in the gym from from your experience for somebody that's it's about our age that wants to start a fitness program? How would you advise them now, knowing what you know now, what you went through? How would you advise somebody?
I think like the key thing for me is it's not a competition. I mean, we are surrounded sometimes with 20-year-old people, and they can train the ass out of it. And if you don't have to keep up with them, but consistency is really important.
Yes.
If a 23-year-old next to me is there for 60 minutes, and if I can follow up with whatever I can for 60 minutes, I feel great. It doesn't mean that I have to use the dumbbell that that guy is using. I just want to
Yeah.
keep up, like duration wise. And that was a hard switch because I'm competitive. Like when I started, when I was looking like, oh, like this guy was doing using 20s, and now he chose at 25. Should I also go for 25? Like I was doing it, but then I was like, it's useless. It's not like, because sometimes when you force yourself, the moves are suffering. You start to cheat. And I think just like I started to listen to myself, for example, like, oh, if I'm having a bigger weight, those lunges are being just bending your knees. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. Like I was like, oh, I had to dial down, but instead I should do the move right.
So you're saying that, like, as far as over progressive overload is concerned, like adding a little bit more weight over a period of time in order to recruit more muscle, grow muscle, and in turn get stronger. What I'm hearing is you're saying that you're just happy with what your strength level is right now, and you're more interested in kind of an endurance type of thing, like just keeping up with everybody. Am I right there?
I mean, my first goal is, yes, endurance is a good word, but also I'm not saying that I'm not going to go heavier weight. I'm going to go heavier weight when I can, not when the others do.
Uh-huh.
So, like in some moves, it's funny that people's body is so different than each other. In some moves, I can just like handle way more weight than other people, and some moves I cannot even get there like half of what they're doing. And it's every like if you just like can think like, okay, like everybody's body is different. I have to learn my own body instead of trying to mimic what everybody else is doing. I think that's the key thing. And you guys are really encouraging that too. And whenever just like nobody is setting up numbers there in terms of weight, everybody is just like setting up goals that what each person can do. And like for example, Mondays, Jesse was doing a program that encouraging oh, like every Monday we gotta pick something little heavier. And I can understand that, but I don't have to start with a weight that everybody else is starting. I can choose my own path how to do it. And in the end, I achieved that. But I'm happy with I did. But yeah, I think that competitiveness is the key thing. Like it doesn't belong to the gym. It's weird. That's why I feel like, oh, we are a team doing something together instead of competing with each other.
So, I don't know, I'm sure you've heard because I've talked about it and some of the other members, and we have it on the board. But we had the Real Fitness Games that happened a couple of weeks ago, and so it's something like that where you coming in and there's a series of exercises, and there's a run in between each exercise. Something like that isn't something that you're interested because you're basically competing against the board, the pool, or you're just sort of self competing as well. It's like, well, when we do it again, I'll see if I can better what I did last time. Are you saying something like that isn't really something that you're so much interested in, to be more of doing a sort of a group type of
It's funny that
thing?
uh, yeah, I mean, maybe the right quick answer is yes. But
Yeah.
before I talk to people that I used to, I like to work out together. And if you could come up with 4 or 5 people, I will do it.
Now,
But like,
would you be like, I gotta be the first, I gotta be on the leaderboard, like top of the leaderboard, or you're just like, I'll do what I can do and just let the chips fall where they will?
um, I should do that. I don't know. Like when I saw the tasks to be completed, I was a little bit, I guess, just like, oh, can I even just like complete the whole thing?
Really? You didn't think you could complete it?
No, but then after the results and after talk to people, I talk to people. Maybe I just like over exaggerated in my mind, but
Yeah, I mean, everybody completed it, and in most, all the cases, actually, everybody completed it in less than an hour.
yeah,
So you definitely could complete it, but would you be like, I want to be at least top three?
I mean, who doesn't want that? But
Yeah. Okay. Good.
but I did
Okay.
before. Peter, you will remember we did something also like we ran around the neighborhood, came back. We did something like that years ago.
Yeah, it was like a what's the word? It was a dumbbell. You had one dumbbell, you did a whole sequence of movements with that one dumbbell. And then after you did all of those, let's say it was like 6 movements, then you had to run. It was about a mile run up through the neighborhoods, a hilly mile. So yeah, I remember that because I did it and I did really bad. I'm not a good endurance person. So I was like one of the last finishers. But yeah, I totally remember that.
Yeah, I did that for example. That was
And you
fun.
for sure you beat me too.
You won, Bozzy, and
So
you
we
beat
are,
Peter.
yeah, right. So we are going to bring back. We're going to do Real Fitness Games again, probably sometime early next month.
Yeah,
Are you in?
yeah,
Can you
yeah,
say it right now
yeah, I can.
for everybody? Everybody can hear that you're going to be in it.
Yeah.
All
Oh wait,
right.
I got a good question now. Wait a second.
Putting them
Is
on
this?
on the hot seat.
Let me ask a question. Is this team based or is this individual? The
You're talking to me?
competition.
It's
No,
individual.
it's individual. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you've heard of high. Have you heard of High Rocks, Lucho? The
No.
So like Spartan races and Tough Mudder. So
Right.
basically, these are sort of like kind of on the way out, like
Okay.
CrossFit game. But High Rocks is now kind of like the latest thing. And what it is it's a fitness race. So you have 5 exercises like walking lunges. We had walking lunges, sled pull, pull ups, burpees, and then pick a machine like the rower or the skier or the airdyne. And there were certain
Okay.
distances that you in between each of those exercises you had to run up about a quarter of a mile in total. So that's it. You walk for 50 meters in the walking lunges, pull the sled for
Okay.
50 meters, 30 pull-ups, 30 burpees,
Okay.
so on and so forth. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
It's amazing
Yeah.
how it evolved.
Yeah. So
I was thinking differently, but but it also comes with a question now. It's a hypothetical question, Bazi. If this was a team sport competition, who would be your ideal teammates?
Uh,
How
Who
many are
would
we
you
picking?
pick?
How many does it get? How many does
Oh,
it get to pick?
okay, let's do top five. Your top five picks for your team to see if you compete in what
oh, it's so hard because
Is it trainers and members or just members?
I don't know. No, just members, just members. And then you could pick a trainer as team captain. How's that?
okay. I mean, I will I will choose a team not to win it, but I will choose a team that I can have the most fun with, bro.
Oh, okay. Who would it be? Let's get some names out.
I will take like Larry and two Vivianas.
The boxing crew.
Boxing crew, yeah.
You know, nothing's gonna. They're gonna be running the other way. They're gonna be. They're gonna be trying, and you know Larry's gonna try to cheat. So, and he's gonna be pissed that there's no blaze pods.
I love the two Vivianas. That's
So you got two
you know
more.
what?
That's three.
Yeah,
There's
that's
two more?
three.
Okay, I'll take Krista.
Oh, okay. Which Krista? There's two Kristas. I think I know which one you're talking about.
7 a.m.
The 7 a.m. Krista. Gotcha.
The Italian. What's your last name?
De
Uh,
Filippo.
De Filippo.
Yeah.
That's right. De Filippo. You got one more, Pod.
I trained with Mark today. I didn't train with him like for a long time. So, Mark,
Oh, Mark Morris.
yeah.
Oh, he just had a son also. Like
Yeah.
2 days after ours. Yeah.
Son? I thought it was a girl. Oh, he had a son too, huh?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Rome. His name is
Rome.
Rome.
Wow.
All right.
That's a good pick. You got a good pick. That's a good
So
squad.
you got Mark, you got Viviana S, Viviana V, you got
And Larry.
Larry.
Who's team captain? Which trainer would be the team captain?
I'll take mine.
Uh-oh.
You don't have to
Mike.
take me just because I'm here. You can pick anybody you want. I wouldn't take it personally.
Somebody has to crack the whip.
Mike it is.
I'll be cracking the whip. You know I'll be cracking the whip. I'll be separating Viviana and Larry. That's what I'll be doing. You guys.
I'll love to see that. I like to see Viviana Suarez talk. She's a mean talker.
Oh man, you may have inspired something, Boz. We might have to come up with a
That sounds like a team
with
team,
some kind of a fitness race that involves 5 members, and we have to have them pick teams.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of the Hollywood. You know, remember those Hollywood shows where they would have the Hollywood athlete competitive shows back in? That's what I'm thinking when I think of this.
So you said you've been training with us for 6 years. You said.
Yeah.
So results wise, I don't know if we've specifically gotten into this, but like from when you started to where you're at now, what has it been for you?
I mean, I definitely physically and mentally feel better, which is what I wanted to achieve because, like, it helped my work life as well. I mean, I endurance was a big thing, so I'm not getting tired very easily, and I can feel actually some like my joints and the ankles and stuff. That's because of aging. Is just like giving some warnings once in a while, and I also like learned how to take care of them, like in the gym, like when I feel something, not to force it. Like you are 25 years old, just like listen to it and like take it easy. But the whole, I mean, if you are going to a fitness like a gym for 6 years, of course you are having the physical results, but also it brought little bit more structure to my personal life, which is good. My work life is actually, it is what it is. I mean, for years I'm doing the same thing. But at least right now I have a mentality that I really want to go to the morning class. And that means I'm waking up earlier than I should. That means I'm sleeping a little bit earlier than I usually will do at home. But that's just like it brought a little bit structure, and I'm really enjoying it.
Is it hard to be that disciplined with that type of schedule? You know, with
It is
that type of
because
work
my
life?
job is just like you never know. Like sometimes it's like a 7 a.m. load in, sometimes it's like a 2 a.m. load out. And if it is a big show, I'm there almost just coming home, like just to sleep for 3, 4 days. And then like I'm missing gym during that time. That's why sometimes you guys are not seeing me for a week. But I'm putting it on my calendar. I was just like, oh, okay, like Saturday morning, like Saturday night, late night, it's a loadout. Sunday, I'm gonna be at home, just like getting a little bit, just like rest. But I cannot wait for the Monday morning. If I have that thing in my head, my aim is right now to make that 7 a.m. Monday morning. It really brings me back. Yeah, like I said, structure. I really like it.
You mentioned early on that there were some exercises that you're not a fan of. I was just thinking about programming the next boxing class, and I was curious as to what those exercises might be.
Oh
Let's
man, we
come.
have plans to actually put those Bulgarian split things on the sidewalk and put them on fire. Like everybody hates them.
So you don't like the Bulgarian split squats?
Not at all.
All right, let's see. Friday.
Oh,
I mean, it's
that's the
also like
that's
I think like the things that you hate is the things that
You should be doing more of,
I
right?
know
yes.
you're not good at it. That's why. Just like
Yeah.
yeah.
So Bulgarian split squats. Any other exercises?
Any other exercises? I not a fan of chippers. As a
Oh,
goal.
me neither.
Workouts.
You and
Yeah.
me both, buddy. That's the one that gets me, the chippers.
It's just like whenever I go, and it's happening less right now. I hope I'm not reminding you guys to bring it back. But whenever I see that, like on that whiteboard, chipper was like,
What is it about the chippers? Because of all the reps that you're looking at one go, or is it you feel like you can't stop? What is it about the chipper?
I think from the beginning, I feel like it's gonna be boring.
Oh,
You know, I kind of feel the same way. It's not a fun one.
If the same setup is chopped in 5 rounds, I wouldn't complain. For example,
Yeah, it's funny
Yeah.
how that's all. It's all like mental because you could be like, all right, 5 sets of 10,
it's
cool.
50.
And
Yeah.
then like, all right, 50 squats. Oh man, I'm going home. I'm not
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
it.
no, yeah.
If you're looking at 5 sets of 10, that's good. But if you're looking at 50, fuck that,
Yeah,
man. I don't know
yeah.
what I want to do.
I think about the burning sensation that I don't want to endure.
Oh, it's
That's
hysterical.
yeah.
So
Wow.
no Bulgarian split squats and no chippers.
Yeah, I have
All right.
nothing against burpees. It's fine.
Nothing against burpees. All right.
I'm,
I don't like burpees
I'm
either.
not good at it, but I'll take it.
Well, there
Boz,
really isn't.
do you have a current fitness goal? I mean, you've been at it for so long, but is there anything right now where you're like, man, I'm trying to achieve this, or I'm working on getting better at this, or even like an exercise, maybe you're like, man, I want to get better at those.
uh, Push-ups.
Oh.
Oh.
I feel like you do well at push-ups.
I feel like I'm too heavy for push-ups for myself. I really cannot do more than 8 for one set without putting my knees down.
Hmm.
Keep
What
doing
would
it.
be are you just trying to do more, or do you have a number like I want to be able to do this many push-ups?
I mean, I never gonna happen, but I would love to have like 3 sets of 12. That's enough for me.
When
Okay.
you were, I imagine in your youth, that was you said you guys did calisthenics, gymnastics stuff when you were in. So I imagine they made you do some push-ups back then.
Oh yeah, I mean back then it wasn't that much of a problem. It's lately, I don't know. Like I think I got heavier for my shoulders. I don't know. It's something is not working for push-ups for me.
Well, it
You remember in
sounds
your
like
youth?
we need to add more push-ups.
Sure, I'll try, but I'm not getting better.
Do you remember what the most you've done in your youth?
What's that?
Do you remember what the most you've done in your youth?
Oh, I don't.
You don't remember?
I wasn't just like very good. I know that.
And, all right, push-ups.
Push-ups it is. So this Friday, Bulgarian split squats and push-up chippers.
Push-ups. Look at that.
You're gonna walk in 60 push-ups, just get them done.
But another monthly goal that I have, because I'm on a monthly pass, I always just like I have the number 12 in my mind also. Like if I pass in a month 12 classes, I feel good. If I
Nice.
if I keep
Solid.
12 classes, I always feel like shit, like I should plan it better. I feel bad about it. So
You got to make 12 in a month.
yeah.
Wow. Why not 15?
I'm not anything 12 plus.
12's the minimum.
Because also like I feel like again monthly pass. Oh, if I do 15, individual classes are getting cheaper. I like that idea too.
Hey, there's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
I know, Boz, you were kind of getting to the end of time, but I got I just thought a random question. I just thought if you there was another you said you're I don't 53, right?
Yeah.
So let's say there's another 53-year-old guy, never worked out before, but now you got to be the trainer. And what would be the workout program? Let's say 3 days a week. What would you make him do? Just a rough outline of because you're the man. You've been at the gym for so long. I feel like if you had to give someone a program, what would you tell them? Or like, man, these are the things you should do during the week to get like Bozzy.
I think just like it's not a program, but let me put it this way: this age, not taking breaks are incredibly important for me, and I will tell them like, do not take more than a day break. If you are not gonna come every day, it's at least just like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, because we are as old people when we stop working out and the first time you go back, I'm immediately sore everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just
Everywhere,
like
yeah.
my body is forgetting everything. And it's such a painful way to come back.
So don't
And
stop.
also, the other thing that I will say if you feel sore, come back right away for another session because it really cures it. It's just like it really helps. If I don't do that, I'm feeling sore 3 days at home. But if I do that, it just really like helps me a lot.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't stop. Keep it
So
going.
kind of like so you're saying one of the most important things is like a good consistency. Just doesn't
Yeah,
really matter exactly what you're doing, but just keep a solid routine of like, and it's almost like don't do too much because if you do too much, you're gonna have to take 2-3 days off. So like find a good workout where you can do it every other day.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I will say from the beginning, probably programs not counting reps but time based is much better for the starters.
Mm,
And I always felt safer knowing that I'm gonna have a break in after 40 seconds
mm.
instead of oh shit, I have to finish that 14 reps to have
Interesting.
a break. It's a different mindset. I know
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
me. Right now I don't mind, but when I started, I always enjoyed time-based workouts more than rep counts.
Interesting. I know that's one. I know that it's very much like people are on either side with that because I always hear both. Like there'll be people that like, oh, I never count reps. I just go until you tell me to stop. And there's other people where they're like, I hate doing it for time. It's an interesting one where it's like the psychology of like, you notice some people are gonna love a class of 30 seconds of push-ups. Other people are gonna love a class of 15 push-ups. So it's the mental aspect of like what motivates people and what works is it's interesting because it's so different.
But also I like, I guess, the having breaks at the same time with other people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that's the team because you're a team guy. So yeah, it's like you like us, you guys all kind of being more cohesive, right?
Yeah, right.
Hey, boss, are there any supplements that you're taking right now that
I mean, for like to
for
help with the gym.
well, no, just in general, like a daily vitamin? Are you
Oh
taking
yeah.
creatine? Do you do protein supplements? Anything like that?
What am I doing? I'm doing like vitamin C and D. I'm taking iron.
Iron.
Yeah. I'm donating blood regularly for decades.
Mm,
And they took a measurement of your iron, and sometimes when your iron is low, you are not allowed to donate.
Huh.
So instead, when I started to get that supplement, so at least I don't have to come back when I go there,
Right.
that I'm gonna be able. So it just like put me a little bit like on a level. And what else? What else? Getting like fish oil.
Okay.
So my father's side is always had like heart problems, and I still have like some genetic stuff. So I'm also like on constant cholesterol medicine, like for maybe 25 years.
Oh wow.
It's a minimal dose, but
Like a statin?
it's like atorvastatin. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's the lowest dosage. But when they started to give it to me, like way back, it's just sold everything. So I'm living on those. Um, but that's about it. Nothing. Oh, milk thistle.
What
Milk,
was that?
milk thistle. Milk
Oh,
thistle.
milk thistle.
Yeah.
What is that? I always hear. I never.
Cleaning your
What does that
liver.
do? What is that
It's
for?
Clean your
for
liver.
it's for drinking. Yeah. Well, not for drinking, but it's a detox
Yeah.
helper, right?
Yeah, it's good for your liver and stuff. And I started to get it like when I was drinking way more back then. But after my habits change, I didn't change that. I'm still getting it. So, okay.
I got another question. I got one more, and then we can call it. So, you are a back in parker. You know what I'm saying? You when you park, you back in.
Oh, yes.
And I noticed there are a few people who back in when they park, and they're like maybe 10% of the population. And then there are most people who park, they pull in the front. When did you start backing into park, and why?
I don't think that I never thought. By the way, I owned my own car, first car in my life after I moved to LA. I didn't have driving habits before. But whatever I do, if I have time, I do things in a way so I can just like the way out is easier. For example,
So you're like front load the extra work so that the back end I could just and I'm good to go.
maybe it's also like a little bit just like related to my work because there is a famous phrase for like performing arts works like load in, thinking always loading out. Even if you park the trucks, you park them in a way which truck is going to be the first one come for the loadout. So I don't know, maybe my mind works that way, but for example, if I have time, I prepare stuff that I'm gonna wear in the morning at night.
Oh, interesting. So you have your clothes laid out for you, and so that when you wake up, it's been backloaded. You don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah, I think I'm just like I feel like I'm sharper before I sleep than just like it's easier.
You're also incredibly. You're definitely the earliest arriving member
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
at Real Fitness. Everyone else walks in at 7 a.m. You're there at like at minimum 6:55.
I'm always like that.
No military background or anything.
I had to because in Turkey I had to do military service. I did
You think
do
you
like
come
for
from that?
just for a month, but I served.
Did that was that like where was that instilled in you
I
ultimate like prepare be on time like not just on time but early like where did that
I was
get in
like
you?
that before. I had one of the I was getting those embarrassing things in high school and stuff. The student who never been late kind of a thing. Like
Yeah. So that's just you were born that way.
I don't know. Like probably not born, but I'm wired that way. Probably my mom. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great trait.
Yeah, I as an instructor, I appreciate it because you know, you know how it is at Real Fitness. People get there, they just get there when they get there, and sometimes you're just like you don't know what you're going to be dealing with until the room is populated.
And also, I'm paranoid about again, probably because of my age that I'm gonna miss the warm up. I feel like I have to do that warm up.
Yeah.
Wow, huh?
My life depends on it.
You don't ever hear that. People are like, "Oh, I'll come in late. I'll skip the warm up." Like that's just doing that stretchy thing. I don't need to do that. But you're like, I must.
If I was 25, now I'm scared that I'm gonna do something stupid and not gonna be able to come back for a month. You know, like a hamstring or something like.
Yep. With age comes wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bazi, any last pieces of advice or anything before we log off on this episode?
Uh, no. I don't know.
You dropped a lot. You dropped a lot. So, you know.
Keep what you're doing, guys. Just like I'm really happy to be a part of it. It's like it's really hard, even if you're a restaurant, bar, anything, to make the community feeling is really important. Like you guys built a community there, and I really love to be a part of it. Like I said, I'm going to the gym like I'm going to my favorite neighborhood bar. I'm having fun there,
Mm-hmm.
and like, oh yeah, I'm getting also like my workout, which is fine, but I'm going there that I like to see every face there. Like maybe it's like a combination of things. Like I never met anybody at Real Fitness that I'm working out with and saying just like, that guy. Like I never. It's so funny. It's just like is it like a natural self-selection? Is it like a sifter that those kind of people cannot be in that environment and then walk away? But I like I like to spend time with people there. So
That's
That's
cool.
great.
That's really
That's
good.
That's
awesome.
great, man. We feel good about that. Thank you.
All right. Well, Bazi, thank you so much for taking some time on your Saturday to share about your experience. And thank you for being part of the Real Fitness community for
Yes, sir.
6+ years, holding it down, and man, for being one of the only members that comes 5 minutes early to class. So we appreciate you.
Every time. Love
You're
it.
one of the good ones.
Yes.
thank you.
All right.
Awesome.